All right, we are officially called to order at 7:07. Ms. Secretary, if you would like to run us through the attendance.
Yes. Okay, let me get back to that front. Tim Teagan,
Present.
Scott Bowman,
Present.
Trevor Scott,
Here.
I'm here, Andrew Duke,
Here.
Dana Carver,
I'm here.
Jay Gillette, Raphael Wolf,
Here.
Larry Henneman, Larry Johnson,
Here.
Leah Daly,
Present.
Angela Thornton,
Here.
Charles Essner,
Here.
Mike Saliba, Dave Franklin,
Present.
Andrew Chatterton,
Here.
and Colin Fitzgerald. Okay,
Hopefully, some of them will trickle in here fairly shortly as well. All right, first thing up is the approval of previous minutes.
so we just have one short set, which was at the convention hall for our special meeting, basically one issue to authorize 250 to AWS for the initial cost. And then, let's see the other one. Our last regular meeting, which I've sent out several times. Mainly the convention, litigation stuff, etc. So hopefully everybody read all that.
Is there a motion to approve the previous minutes?
Move to
Point
adopt
of information.
What was that, Mr. Chatterton?
Point of information. I wanted to just renew my request from around the convention time. I know we've already approved it, but can we get some details about the um purchase agreement with AWS and that initialization setup cost and that breakdown, like itemize the invoice or something?
I'm sure we can get a copy of the invoice. It may be a little difficult to get it right at this moment, but unless
That's
Raphael, do
that's
you
fine.
remember?
Like, could we get it maybe in the next couple of days?
I forwarded it to Mr. Duke when I got it. I could look at my email and get it to you, Tim. Give me a minute.
No problem. Take your time, but we can be able to do that, Mr. Chatterton. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Mr. Bowman, I see your hand raised.
I don't know if there's a point of order or just input. I believe that would go with the treasurer's report.
It could
With
be
that-
I don't
introduced.
intend it to block the adoption of the minutes or anything. I just wanted to ask the question since the topic was in those minutes.
All right. Thank you. Well, we can move on. If did I hear a motion to adopt the minutes, or was that cut off?
Lawrence Johnson, motion to adopt.
Seconded.
Is there any opposition? All right, hearing none. Minutes are
Both
adopted.
sets, right? Okay.
I would assume, yes.
Yeah.
I made the motion just for the special. I didn't realize we were doing both.
Oh, well, specials then is adopted. Is there a motion to approve previous regular meetings minutes?
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll move second.
All right, is there any opposition? Hearing none, those minutes are approved as well. All right, now we can go on to the agenda.
Okay, I have it underneath. Have our regular stuff, some last minute details on the convention. And then some old business, which was the 6,000 and Andrew's motions. And then some new business, including AWS. I think that's just up here as an update. I don't think there's any new issues with that. But anyway, then Charles sent that motion to me late today that a reference committee be formed. I sent his reasoning to you, but I'm sure he'll speak to that. So,
Is that point of
Mr.
information?
Johnson,
My hand was up. Basically, I have a motion to amend the agenda. I believe we discussed in our last regular meeting that having a great deal of discussion and voting and motions inside the committee reports was probably inappropriate. So I move that we have a new item 1 under old business, which would just be the heading convention, so that we can conduct such convention business as we need to prepare for this convention, which is obviously coming up in about 2 weeks, and we need to get that done.
I think
so
that's a
convention
wonderful idea.
business.
Is there a second to that?
Yeah, I seconded it, Charles.
All right. Is there
So
any
does that
opposition?
that includes the rules and the agenda and the ranked choice event?
That would. I included that to include all convention business that may need to be voted on, yes.
Okay, okay.
All right. Is there any opposition to amending the agenda? All right. Hearing none, we can add that amendment.
I'd like to add an amendment.
Yes, Mr. Duke.
Reimbursement of Trevor Stepp for charges at the January convention that were addressed previously but have gotten confused after speaking with Evan McMahon.
All right. I'm sure that shouldn't be a problem. We can add that into new business? Would that sound appropriate to you, Mr. Duke?
Yes.
All right. Is there a second to that amendment?
Second.
Is there any opposition? All right, hearing none, we will add that amendment. All right.
Point of information, Mr. Chair, did I hear that there had already been something added to new business? Donna was mentioning it.
For the reference committee, that was added earlier this morning?
Yes, okay. Thank you.
Yeah. My pleasure.
Yeah. Can you guys
All right.
still see can you guys still see the agenda?
Yes.
Okay.
All right. Is there a motion to adopt the agenda at this point, or any other motions to amend?
Motion to adopt, Lawrence Johnson.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you. Is there any opposition? Hearing none, agenda is adopted. All right. And now we will move on to our officer and committee reports. As chair, I would like to report to anyone who wasn't at the meeting, national meeting. Moving forward, Michigan is now regionless. We have broken out of our previous region agreement. We have our convention coming up fairly soon, so I'd hope we can all prioritize that in our meeting this evening. And I'm a little lost for words right now. I'm sure there was something else I wanted to add, but I cannot recall at this moment. So I'd conclude my officer report with that. Next, first vice chair, Mr. Bowman, if you would like to have your report.
I guess the one item that of major note would be that we have that the unaffiliated convention took place on the 7th, and we had the 3 different regions select really without opposition delegates, where we have, and I can actually enumerate here, and we had the Northeast region had an allocation of 1 delegate and filled it with 1 delegate, and the the Mid-North unaffiliated region had an allocation of 3 delegates and was filled with 3 delegates. So thus far, neither one is alternates, but they are eligible for an equal number of those. And then finally, the unaffiliated Mid-Michigan has a allocation of 9 delegates and has thus far been filled with 1 delegate. Each region voted to leave not the remaining alternate spots in the first 2 cases and the remaining delegate and alternate spots open to be filled up to the eve of the deadline in a first come first served basis by eligible delegates if they were to present themselves to us. And that's really the conclusion of my report.
Thank you kindly, Mr. Bowman. And Mr. Stepp, I did notice, as usual, you sent out your report in the email. Would you like to cover anything on the video or just defer to your online report?
Sure. I'll say, yeah, the written report includes that link to the YouTube with the training session on candidate paperwork that we did in May. We had a good couple of candidates there, and then we did a little Q&A after the recording ended, which worked out as interesting, and we had a good talk with everybody. I want to note that I will make sure all the paperwork that you guys need. I'll make sure I have a list of everything that needs to get filled out. But most candidates have been good about understanding what paperwork they need at convention. I may notarize some things prior to convention when I'm leaving, but I'll be out of town, so I won't be at the convention. And somebody will need to go on Monday. I can help you set up the appointment, but I'm not going to be there. So just wanted to note that. But there is a notary coming, Mr. Craybaum from the Huron Raisin affiliate is a notary, and he'll be there. And he was our congressional district 2 years ago for the 6th district. So he's familiar with the process a little bit. So that was all. Thanks, guys.
Wonderful. Thank you. All right, next, I believe, is our secretary report.
I don't really have anything. My stuff is with convention agenda later on.
Thank you. Mr. Bowman, I do see your hand raised.
Yeah, I'm just concerned that we don't have all our eggs in one basket. Do we have a backup notary on anyone else on this? Anyone else present a notary?
I'll speak to that in the report. But yes, we do.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. All right, moving on. Next, I believe, is our treasurer report. Mr. Duke.
The month of May's transactions are $522.48 in donations or memberships, and just operating expenses, $253. Nothing here reflects the upcoming convention. Well, maybe some donations were related to that, but I mean expenses. And I will send this out in an email that includes all of the accounts balances.
That's exactly what I was going to ask. Thank you.
And any questions, or I'm done with my report.
I see too. Ms. Carver.
Sorry about that. Have you heard anything from the court regarding the $38,000?
I don't believe I'll hear anything from the court, but no, I've not received the check.
Okay, yeah, because it's supposed to go to you, to your address. Okay.
That is correct. The court document states my personal address. But has anyone recently checked the P.O. box?
I cannot.
I have not, but I'll check with the Oakland guys who check it.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, any more questions for Mr. Duke before we continue? One thing I will bring up, since it was just recently sent to me, I do have the AWS report, because Mr. Chardon asked earlier and Mr. Raphael sent it to me. It says total amount for $200 for checkout investigation debugging.
Would
Paid
you be
May
able to
27th.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt.
No, it's all right. Sorry, I was reading that. Let me pull it up. Yes, Mr. Sheridan, I'll recognize you.
I would just ask if that could be sent to the whole board for offline review.
I can forward it.
Thank you.
All right, now we are on to our committee reports. Um, which we can go and first come first serve. Yes, Mr. Essner.
Thank you. I'll be making a couple. I'll just get them all over with. So convention committee, uh, we have sent out all the notices. Obviously, if we hadn't, it would be too late. One thing to note on that, we are still under budget. I don't have a final number at the moment, but the notices were more expensive because we were not able to send out email notices. And I was given an updated list that was significantly higher than I anticipated from the previous meeting. So that will be noticed, just so everyone's aware of an added expense. I sent email to the venue this week to finalize things at that. Once everything's finalized, Mr. Duke, we will have to pay that. So I will be getting with you. We have budget for it, so nothing needs to be approved, and we should be within budget. So once I have that all finalized, and part of that is based on registrations, kind of like an idea of what we're going to be having. Once that's all finalized, then I'll deal with Mr. Duke. We'll get it paid. We'll get everything confirmed, and we'll move forward on that. Note on registrations. I sent an email earlier this week about access in Civi. I'm not making a motion at this time, but if a motion is needed later, I will be making it. Basically, I can't see people who are signing up. So, I mean, I know like 3 people in Oakland have signed up, but I have not seen anything from the rest of the state. I'm not able to view it. So, basically, if something's needed on my end, like a motion or something, approval or whatever, I'll be making that later. So anybody can clarify that for me. Otherwise, if there's no objection, I would like to have access to the state to be able to do that.
Well,
And then
there's an email group. I've been getting emails. I think it's the info address, and I think Raphael can change that group and
Mhm.
add you. Because I think right now it's like Tim and me and Scott or something like that. Or yeah, I can't remember the way the lists are all broken down, but you're not on that list. But if you were on the info list, I've only seen a handful come through, but um, you should be on that
Yeah,
list if that's where the registrations are going.
yeah, and I do have my email in the registration. Um, so if people are having issues because there was that email issue, I think AWS should be cleaning that up. But um, I, but if there are concerns about being registered, my email is in there. That way they can reach out. Mr. Hudson did reach out to me since he registered and got an error. Just so that part is working. Also, I put it in the chat, the list of, see here, we have the list of things that can be on register. Business is no cost. You can get a printed packet for $25. Printed packet plus a donation. So we're also turning this somewhat into a fundraiser. So printed packet plus a donation, that would be approximately, 50 flyers or something. Printed packet plus a donation for like flyers and signage is about $100. Printed packet, with some more stuff. And all these donations will be used to help fund the campaigns. And then the very last item, which I have circled in red, is post-convention dinner. Food is not provided. If you're interested, email me. The cost is a donation that does not include food or drink. But if I know who is registering, that way I will be able to make sure I have a big enough reservation for dinner. So if you don't register, I won't be able to make a reservation. So you can send me an email if you don't want to make a $250 donation. I'd prefer if you did. But also, if you do say you're coming and you don't, I'm not sure exactly what I'm gonna do about that, but if I get stuck with a big bill from Granite City, I might have words with people. So please, if you want to come and serious, let me know. I don't have any problems, whatever. And then yeah, so it was already brought up that Duke didn't receive. So I'm moving on to the fundraising. Fundraising is what I just said. That's the dinner. Basically, it's just a fundraiser, get together, we can talk, eat, drink, whatever, and any of those donations are helpful. Moving on from that, would like to talk to the litigation committee. Basically, we're probably going to have to review a couple of things going forward. Probably we'll talk to it in the next LEC meeting. But at this time, we don't really have much to report other than what Duke already reported, that we didn't receive the money. So I'll probably dig into why that is the case, since this is 2 meetings in a row that we haven't received the money when we thought we would. And so I'll have a better answer next meeting for you guys. If there's any questions, let me know.
I see Mr. Stepp has his hand raised. You have a question for Mr. Essner?
Thanks. I guess I was just gonna speak to what Charles had requested, as far as the access. I think it'd be easier for him to just be able to jump on if he did have access, and I'm willing to show him how to pull that report because I had to learn the last time around here. So
Okay, I'll talk to you and make sure that I'm doing it correctly.
or
So,
alternatively, I can probably pull it and send it to you if you need it. So
all right, sounds perfect. I'll get with you offline. And then, I'm sorry, I did forget. Scotty had asked a question about second notary. I did go to a couple affiliate meetings, and in one of the affiliate meetings, there was another. I forgot his name, but there was someone who volunteered to be a notary as well as Bill. So we will have. He's a backup, and so we will have a primary, and then we'll have a backup in case something happens. So he's going to bring his stuff. If there's any other concerns there, let me know.
Thank you. Mr. Bowman, your hand's raised.
Yeah, will you be able to, within the next couple days, make sure to call the affiliate or however you can to make sure you could get the person's contact information?
I've already talked to him. I just off the top of my head, I can't remember his name. I apologize.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've already talked to him and confirmed. I'll double check before the convention that he'll bring his stuff a couple days before that.
All right. Thank you much for your report, Mr. Essner. Is there any other committee reports?
Well, the convention is next, but guess he covered the committee part of it. So let's see. I guess we have it under old business. These two do both sort of require maybe some
Yeah, and that was
votes.
moved to the convention committee through the amendment earlier.
Right. So, but convention business is next. So it
All right, then
flows right into that.
we can
Um,
move to that. If you can bring up the first order of business on that, it's kind of hard to see from my phone.
yeah, okay, there's only two items. One is just to decide. Tim had told ranked choice voting that we might consider sponsoring their bourbon event. I had one person express possible interest in that event, and most people are not staying overnight. So they also anyway, I will leave it to other people if they're interested. But Charles is the only one, and Trevor said it sounds good, but he's not coming, so you know, I I don't want to tell them we'll sponsor it and then nobody's even around to go if nobody's in that area that night before.
May I ask a question, Mr.
Yeah.
Chair?
Yes, we'll run through this. Mr. Essner, you're first.
Yeah, this is just a point of information. When you say sponsor, does that mean that we're supposed to pay for part of this?
That is what was very misleading. No, we do not pay for any of it. We
Okay.
agree to let our names be used in the advertisement.
Ah,
Um, and we agreed to publicize it among our members. But I told them because of the nature, I think this would be great if it was a 2-day convention. Number one. Number two, they're having it at a place from 5 to 8 that does not have food. So, um,
so
I just want to know if I could let them know that only one person said maybe, so it's not really worth our time, or if we want to be part of this, and if other people think it's something that would be attended.
Mr. Chair,
Yes.
yeah, sorry, I'm not trying to speak out of turn. Yeah, so we haven't had our nomination convention yet in Oakland, and we also have not had a meeting since we found out about this event. And so we have discussed in Oakland about arranging and working with people in the area since it is very close to convention and getting people to come to the event. So when I expressed interest, it wasn't just necessarily myself. And I believe also, I don't know if Livingston is met, but there might have been a thought of Livingston also bringing some people and also coming. So other people can speak to that, but my intention was to bring a group of people from Oakland and also reach out to people in the area who might not also be in the party to come as well.
Wonderful. Thank you for that. Mr. Stepp, your hand raised.
Yep, I was just going to add that I did speak to someone from Ohio that will be attending our convention, and was interested in the bourbon event and was planning to stay at the hotel Friday or Saturday night, because he's interested in ranked choice vote, and was coming up specifically because he heard through ranked choice vote. So there are people that maybe haven't reached out but have heard about it through ranked choice vote that would be there possibly without us.
Wonderful. Mr. Chatterton.
I think I heard mention that this was 5 to 8 p.m. Am I correct that it was Saturday night before convention? And I also wanted to ask where it is located relative to convention. This is in Troy, I
You're
think, right?
Yeah, you are correct on the time zone. I forgot the exact name of the location that was listed.
Is it
But
is
I
it
think
a nearby venue to the hotel, or is it in the hotel? I didn't catch the details in the email.
No, it's nearby. Let me see if I can find it.
it is, I believe, general proximity. I do not know if it's within walking distance or not.
Okay, thank you.
Yes. Mr. Bowman.
Yeah, I just wanted to comment that, in my humble opinion, it would be beneficial for us if it's simply having our name on it and that we circulate information about the event. I think it would be beneficial for us to sponsor it if that's all it means. And I'm saying this as a person who doesn't drink, so I wouldn't be consuming anything. I might go to the event anyway just to talk to other libertarians, outside of official business, because the following day we're all going to be wrapped up in official business. It's often fun to talk to people the night before. Often I'm coming from out of town. This time I can commute. I'm not going to be staying overnight anywhere but home. But I might even show up, and I don't even drink. I think the benefit would be, one, it gives it just something that we can tell people they can do if they happen to be getting there the night before, and people out of town might not need to, and might want to go somewhere where other libertarians will be hanging out. One, two, the ranked choice voting people, in promoting an event that has our name attached to it, will be indirectly promoting us. And I see a benefit to that perhaps there's some people in their movement that might find that they're sympathetic to libertarian principles, in addition to people who are already involved in the party. So it seems to me a win-win to do that, and there's no expense on our part. So I see no harm in sponsoring it.
Thank you for that, Mr. Bowman. Mr. Step.
This isn't probably appropriate to the meeting, but if anyone does go, they're having a 250th USA anniversary barrel proof bourbon. That's a 10-year barrel aged bourbon. They have 120 barrels or bottles left, and I was gonna buy one if you guys go and have one of you pick it up for me to bring to my 4th of July party. So it's at Shanker Distillery if you guys were trying to look it up, the place. Um, but if you
And
guys do that.
I just forwarded everybody the email. Just
Says it's about 7 miles from the hotel.
Perfect. All right. Thank you for that, Mr. Step. All right. Is there any more discussion or maybe a motion to approve, perhaps even pending the perhaps fact that we don't pay anything?
no, they've already confirmed that. They sent
Wonderful.
a, so I would just say we should probably have a motion to sponsor per the,
I'll make that motion. Motion to sponsor and promote.
Second.
All right. All right. Is there any objections? All right. Hearing none. We will move forward with that and confirm a sponsorship. Wonderful. I was actually looking forward to that event myself. All right. Next motion. Matter of business for the convention.
I have to get the agenda and the rules, which I believe we did go through them a couple months ago, but there's been a couple issues that came up. So I think I'll start with the rules because I think that'll be the easy one. Uh, so I'll just go through them real quick. Directly after opening the first business meeting, they shall report the number of delegates and so make regular reports. The success or failure of any motion will be based on the number of delegates present and voting. Delegates are required to wear a badge issued by Credential Committee. All motions for the permanent record should be electronically submitted, printed, or handwritten and handed to the recording secretary. No member may speak and debate more than once on the same question on the same day or longer than 2 minutes. Motion to suspend the rules or end debate requires 2/3 division. To the decision, the chair shall require 10 members to stand. The convention shall adjourn by 5:30 unless 2/3 vote to extend. Rules contained in the Roberts Rules of Order will be govern the convention, and delegates can nominate and vote for candidates in their district, and any delegate can nominate a statewide candidate. Each candidate be will have the chance to speak for up to 5 minutes. And members may speak on behalf of candidates and for none of the above. Can everybody see them?
Yes.
Okay. So I just
All
took these from last time. I also had a question about secret ballots, so I know whether to bring like index cards. We needed paper for the candidate for our nominating committee, but for the candidate nominating, usually it's open voting. And I just want to be prepared if it's not.
right. Let's see. Mr. Johnson, I see your hand just went up.
I think it would be wise of us to be prepared for secret balloting, but I don't know that we need to write it into the rules. I believe that how the ballot should be conducted for particular, maybe a contentious office such as governor, which seems to be contentious this year, should be decided by the delegates at the time we're setting the rules in the agenda. If they wish to have a ballot, so we should be prepared to do that, although we may not need to do it. That's just my opinion.
So
Thank
I'll
you.
bring paper, my printer, and index cards because if we're just voting for one person, we just need little cards, right? So
Yeah.
so okay. Well, I mean, that's still up for discussion. That was just the question I had, or I could just take it out and just be prepared and not even have those words in there.
All right, Mr. Johnson, I see your hand went back up.
Motion to adopt the rules as presented, minus the final two entries about secret ballots.
Is there a second?
Second, Charles.
Good.
All right, I see Mr. Bowman's hand up. Do you have discussion on it?
Yeah, I would favor keeping the secret ballot language in there. And I believe people are more likely to vote their conscience and not feel pressured by anybody or maybe feel embarrassed by any kind of social connections or anything if they can vote by secret ballot. And by the way, and the rules can be amended by 2/3 if people really just feel that it's not necessary.
So we should have that as a rule. Are you proposing an amendment to the agenda that we have that as a rule that secret ballots may be used?
I would just propose as a rule that we not remove those items from the, in other words, that we
Yeah.
preserve the original.
Well, all I had was secret ballot question mark at the end, so I didn't really have any language.
I thought 9 and 10 were going to be stricken. Wait, I'm looking at this now.
Point of parliamentary inquiry, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
We have a motion and a second on the floor.
We do. I'm trying to figure if this is an amendment.
It should be presented as an amendment. We have a motion that's on the floor.
Yes. So, Mr. Bowman, are you presenting this as an amendment to adopt the original?
I guess I thought I had heard Mr. Larry Johnson suggest that we were going to omit part of the rules there. You're not talking about omitting any of them?
No, after rules 1 through 10, I had a question mark, just so we could discuss whether I should add it or not. So rules 1 through 10 do not address secret ballot, and we can vote or discuss whether people think we should and how that should be worded.
I would, okay, what if we just made it that the
that would be a motion to amend.
Yeah, is this?
Yeah, okay.
Are
Okay,
you motioning to amend?
My amendment would be, I guess it would be Rule 11, and it would be that the for votes for the office of governor and lieutenant governor shall be by secret ballot, and that the body may choose to have any other office voted on by secret ballot.
Second.
All right. So we can also move on to other discussion
If that's in order.
on that amendment. It would be in order to my knowledge as an amendment. Mr. Sheridan, I see your hand raised.
Thank you. I am in support of Scotty's amendment, and I would seek to move that we end debate on all questions and vote on the amendment and then vote on the adoption.
All right. So there's been a motion to call the question and seconded. All in favor of calling the question, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Aye.
Could I just ask Scott for you to reword the second part, made by secret ballot as well as any other?
Okay, I would. I don't know if we need to have them all squeezed into one sentence. Votes for governor and lieutenant governor nominee shall be made by secret ballot. Period. Delegates may also choose to conduct other votes by other nominations by secret ballot.
All right, thank you for that. All opposed, I'll call on the question. Please say nay. All right, hearing none, question is called. All in favor of adopting the amendment, please say aye.
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 All opposed to adopting the amendment, please say nay. All right, amendment is adopted. Now, all in favor of adopting the main motion now, please say aye.
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 All right, all opposed, please say nay. All right, motion is adopted. Convention rules are adopted with Rule 11. All right, and moving forward, what was the other item on the agenda?
Just the convention agenda.
If I may, a quick point of information.
Yes, Mr. Sheridan.
It looks like Mr. Fitzgerald may have joined the meeting, and I just wanted to inquire if he had been recorded on the agenda or on the attendance, I mean.
There's been a couple of people who have been added, and
I got
attendance will be
Jay, and I
uploaded.
did get you. Oh, Colin. Let me make sure. So we're only missing Larry and Mike. Larry Henneman.
Other Larry.
Yeah. All right, perfect. Thank you for that, Mr.
Um,
Sheridan.
okay, so now I need to. Oh, let's see. Got to find the convention rules or convention agenda rather.
Scotty, can you mute?
Hey, no, Scotty, did you have your hand raised? All right, I'll recognize you.
It was a request for information. For a minute here, I had to deal with a necessary phone call. What am I missing? What are we on right now?
She's attempting to pull up the convention agenda. Last motion with your amendment passed.
Okay, thank you.
And here we go. Let's see, I think. Um, I don't know that this is the one that I modified. So what we have to discuss. So we did have ranked choice in here for 15 minutes, and I'm sorry, I can't find the most recent one, and I've got like 6 screens open. In the morning we had ranked choice, and I also think we should have officer reports, and I wanted to ask people if all officers should be giving a report at the convention, or just the chair and the treasurer, or what has been standard.
Believe
I'm sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say, I believe in the past it has been all officers, to my knowledge.
Okay. So I would ask all officers to send me a report anytime since we're like at the 2 week mark. I mean, I can just use Andrew's Duke's most recent one, or what I can use the ones from tonight if everybody wants the same ones, or just let me
I
know.
may I may update mine. If I do, I'll find a way to get an email to you. I've been having problems with my email though.
Yeah.
I'm going to
Um,
provide a more in-depth report than 1 month.
yeah, it would be nice. It would probably be a little bit different given to the general body. But I would like those as soon as possible because I will have the delegate list 1 week in 1 week, and then I can email the delegates the convention, minutes and agenda and reports in advance to make sure everybody gets them. So the sooner I get the officer reports, the better. And we approve the rules, so if we can approve the agenda. So the way I had it was we have the election of the vice chair. Then we were gonna have a short talk. And then the election of the District 5 rep. Actually, the congressional districts, and we should talk to District 3. So any selection of candidates for local positions that have not been done at the local conventions. And each district will select a representative for the House. Then we have the statewide candidates. Then lunch for an hour and a half, because people do have to leave for lunch. There's a ton of stuff. Charles and the committee did a great job choosing a really central location with lots of options. Anyway, after lunch, it's already 1:30. Previously we had all the big candidates, and then we had resolutions and open floor. Think we had adjournment at 5 o'clock. But what we haven't talked about is the issue of the judicial committee, which if we do put that in, I had put that right here. I think we need a vote on that, myself, which is I don't know if everybody's familiar with it or, who wants to explain it, but basically they suggested we put it to the members what the definition of a special versus regular convention is. And now there's more discussion about whether it's been properly noticed to have this on the agenda. And my own humble opinion is we should have a bylaws committee that spends a lot of time revising this bylaw and do it next year when we have a 2-day convention. But that's just me as the person planning this convention and wanting it to go smoothly and not wanting to argue and confuse people. It's just, well, I'm not so that counts as my speaking in favor of not having this on the agenda, but I know others feel very strongly otherwise, so I will stop there. That's the main thing we need to discuss. Because I think the rest of the agenda we approved already, unless anybody has any suggestions.
All right, I see Mr. Bowman's hand up first. Yes.
Yeah, hi. In general, whether it's a vote on party offices or, in this case, we're talking about near the end here, the afternoon, on office nominees, that I believe we should go on in the order of get be first, followed by others. And my rationale is simply that people so motivated to want to run for higher offices may still be willing to run for other offices if not successful seeking the, if one wants the higher office or the more sought after office to run for. And I think that would optimize our ability to fill our ballot with active and interested people as opposed to the order that I see listed there.
So are you talking about the 5 in the afternoon, or are you talking about moving the afternoon to the morning, or both?
I'm talking about the 5 in the afternoon, the order in which they're listed.
Okay, so you would have like governor, then lieutenant governor.
So
Right.
you're making a motion to amend the agenda, correct?
Yes, there'll be a motion to amend the agenda to have govern. I would actually say governor at the top, U.S. Senate, That may not be actually how it's listed on the ballot, but it's probably as far as the most high profile offices to put governor at the top, followed by U.S. Senate, followed by lieutenant governor, followed by secretary of state, in that order. Though for us, actually, secretary of state's more important for ballot placement reasons, but people tend to fixate on particular offices, I think, in that order.
All
So
right.
you're saying governor, lieutenant governor, Senate,
I believe it
attorney
was
general.
governor, senate, lieutenant governor, secretary of state.
Yeah, and then attorney general under that. Yeah, I think that's all the ones you got there. Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
And
All right. Is there any,
congressional, I guess we already had congressional earlier on the program, or where are they? Oh, I see. You have the Board of Regents. You know what? I'm sorry, I just said all that. But now looking at this, I would actually be for swapping the order of what's before and after lunch.
Second.
Because some of those people might want to run for those educational posts.
I'm fine with whatever. I just put something together, and you're probably right about all that. So we just switched. So you made a motion number one to rearrange the order of.
Yeah, my motion is to rearrange. I'm just changing my mind about what I actually want to move to rearrange.
Right.
We cannot amend a motion on the fly. We either have a motion to amend the amendment,
What?
or we vote
Right.
on.
I don't believe my motion was completely stated. Until a motion is stated by the chair, it still belongs to the mover.
and it has
You
yet
made a
to be
motion to
seconded.
rearrange the
That's
order of the
Robert's rules.
5 states
Something I learned being on the police commission.
So just as a point of information, the motion we're discussing is the order in which things will be voted on.
And that's the only thing I'm talking about, right?
Okay, thank you.
Correct. Yes. Now I would note, just for your information, Scott, if you do that way, the main offices will have a half an hour less time allocated.
Well, we could arrange. We could go 12:30 lunch, or we could do something
Yeah, you would
different.
have.
I just thought it would only take an hour for like the State Board of Education.
Just before you complete your motion, I would like to keep that in mind if you would like to push back the remainder of the day by half an hour to allocate the same amount of time.
Would that be problematic with our arrangements with the facility at all?
Charles, I thought it was till 5:30 anyway.
The adjournment time may stay the same. It's just that lunch would have to go back to 12:30, and call to order when we return would be down to 2. That'd be the only 2 that would change.
Okay.
You want to include that in your
I can
motion?
move to that. Yeah, you can include that in the motion.
Okay, just to
Okay.
clarify. All right, now that is your motion officially stated now, can I search for a second?
Well,
I'm
rearrange the motion of how we should vote. Switching statewide candidates for.
Well, they're all statewide, it looks like.
Right.
Yeah, so basically high profile candidates before lunch and the less high profile ones after.
All right. Now, does
In the following order.
Is there a second to Mr. Bowman's motion?
Second.
All right. Do any of the other 2 hands that's already raised like to speak for or against this motion?
My hand is raised to make a separate motion.
All right, I thought so. Mr. Franklin, separate motion or to speak for or against this?
Just kind of a point of information. I apologize. I caught the middle of this here. I know we're going over the convention timeline. I'm curious as to why the full body of the LEC is doing this instead of the convention committee just handing this to us finalized and ready to go for approval. Now we're doing all of their work editing it. I don't. Why are we doing this?
Because the board is still at liberty to make these changes if they
Understood.
so
Thank you.
desire. Yes. All right.
I think they're good changes, and I'm the one who drafted the original, so.
Is there anyone who would like to speak to or against this motion?
Just as a point of information for Dave, basically this is an agenda that we're going to present to the delegates. So it's still not finalized. We're just deciding on what we would like to present to the delegates.
Very true. All right. Then hearing no discussion, we'll go to a vote. All in favor of adopting this amendment to the agenda, please say aye.
Aye.
I,
Aye.
All right. All opposed, please say nay. All right. That amendment is adopted. And I know Mr. Johnson had another motion. Mr. Johnson. Larry? Your hand's up. You had another motion you said earlier. No, you're still muted. All right.
I apologize. I was in the middle of trying to type something in chat and I got lost. Yes, I would like to make a motion for the 3 p.m. item discussion regarding definition of special meetings versus regular meetings to be removed from the agenda.
Right. Does that have a second before? Perfect. Now we can enter into discussion. Mr. Essner, I see your hand up. Is it for something else or would you like to discuss?
No, it's for something else. You guys do what you want.
Thank you. Mr. Bowman, your hand is raised.
So it was a little unclear to me when I'd seen this. This kind of boiled out of a. This will be a request for information, so I'm just prefacing that. That issue was raised by Joe Brungart, representing the Judicial Committee, that somehow it was part of their ruling, and it was unclear to me in that whole exchange whether or not that item was being ordered that we put it on by the Judicial Committee or whether this was something that was suggested by the Judicial Committee. And the reason I'm asking that is if it's ordered by the Judicial Committee, we get a sticky situation as to whether we can do otherwise.
Okay. Thank you for that, Mr. Bowman. To my knowledge, I've been told both it has been an order and a suggestion, so I can either confirm or deny. If anyone else has received other information regarding that, I would definitely defer to you. Mr. Johnson.
From my reading of the emails between Mark and some of the other people, he was basically saying that to make a preemptive ruling on this would be inappropriate for the JC since their role is to interpret the bylaws. The whole issue is somewhat moot. I know that on our postcard it said special convention, but if you look in the bylaws, we have a definition of a special convention that does not include this convention. We have a definition of regular conventions from Robert's Rules of Order that state a regular convention is a regularly scheduled convention, which this is. And I think that this is probably something that could be further clarified with bylaws next year, but it's not necessarily something that we need to fight about at this time. That in the end, we will be able to fix this by better writing our bylaws.
Thank you for that, Mr. Johnson. All right, is there any more discussion before we proceed to a vote on the matter? Mr. Bowman.
With that in mind, I would also support removing that item. And as an additional comment, Resolutions are noticed on the card, and if somebody wants to vote effectively on a non-binding statement about that, they can do it anyway without it being a set-aside item on the agenda.
Thank you for that, Mr. Bowman. All right. Is there any objection to removing this item? All right. Hearing none, the motion passes. That item will be shucking off the agenda. All right. Is there any other motions or amendments to the agenda? Hearing none, is there a motion to adopt? Okay, I see a couple of hands just went up. Ms. Carver.
So we never dealt with the District 3 thing. Since 5 is going to be caucusing anyway, because they have to, District 3 could just caucus then, and then they could just let us know who they would want. Because then we got to vote on that.
Yeah,
so that
I
was
thought
just that was like a cleanup issue here. We had to clean that up.
Yeah, I think we don't have that 60-day notice if that's what we're talking about, but I mean that's what we've been doing. That's what we've been doing, and we've been going, with their recommendation.
We could accept an informal recommendation, I believe, but we cannot formally elect. Mr. Johnson.
Motion to adopt the agenda as amended.
Point of order.
Yes.
I believe the chair previously said there being no objection will remove that item. 3 p.m. bylaw interpretation is still on the agenda.
So we voted to remove it.
Yep.
Can you see it now?
Yes.
And Scotty, I'm gonna change it all. I just put my own note right within there. I'm gonna formally change it after this meeting.
Thank you. Is there a second to Mr. Johnson's motion about adopting?
Second.
All right. Is there any objection to adopting this agenda? All right. Hearing none, it is adopted. Perfect. Was there any other convention business, or was that the tying up the loose ends?
That was it.
Wonderful. And now I believe
Mr.
we're
Chair.
on to... Yes.
Sorry, I forgot to say in the report, if people want tables for tabling, it's $50 a table. I forgot to mention that. Sorry.
I didn't tell ranked choice voting that.
Thank you.
But so I don't know. Did they talk to you, Charles?
They haven't, but I'll reach out to them. I have their contact. If it's the same person as the sampling, we'll take care of it. We'll figure it out.
Okay.
I'll make sure.
All right.
I'll make sure they're good.
Okay.
All right. And then I believe we're on to old business, correct?
We officially voted to approve the agenda. So yep.
Mr. Chair?
Treasure report.
One second.
I would like. Yes, thank you. I move that we table old business until after new business. At least this next item.
You would like to table all of old business until after new business concluded?
Second.
Yes.
Second.
I object.
All right. We can open discussion. Mr. Sheridan, I see your hand raised.
The 3 items here are critical items of fiduciary responsibility for this board. We're now 2 months past a 2-week deadline for the treasurer, and we're dealing with ongoing legal actions being conducted by people who acted against the interests of the party, as well as numerous board members who have continued to act against the interests of the party and violated their duties to this organization.
Thank you for that input, Mr. Sheridan. Mr. Carver, I see your hand raised.
I would further, if I may add a quick note, is that we've seen the ongoing tactics of people to just adjourn when the inopportune business comes up. So,
Mr. Sheridan, I do apologize.
This would be a preface to doing exactly that.
All right, thank you for that, Mr. Sheridan. We'll note when I do close out a time speak, please just put your hand up and wait in the queue again. I will definitely recognize everyone in a timely manner. Ms. Carver.
Okay. The only litigation that is a continuing and ongoing is that which Mr. Chatterton continues. The judge ordered that the money be returned. He is the one that keeps taking us back to court. And now he is taking the judge to the next court, apparently, from what I saw in the last hearing. So this ongoing litigation is all Mr. Chatterton. And I'm of the mind that someone should make a motion that if we have to keep paying Nick for this, that he has to pay for our fees when it's all said and done. But anywho, no, there is no ongoing litigation except for that which he brings.
Thank you for that, Ms. Carver. Mr. Essner, I see your hand raised.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. I would ask you to call the previous speaker to order for trying to put members of the board under duress
This
for
is not
conducting
a
their
point
legal
of order,
business.
Mr. Sheridan, please. As far as duress goes, I don't know if I can recognize that as official duress. It is bumping grounds. And everyone moving forward, I would like to remind you that in Roner, it does say specifically we debate motions, not character.
I
So
appeal
I
the
know.
ruling of the chair.
Appeal it on which ruling?
That was not a proper item to call the member to order on. Her threat to put forward a proposal that I pay legal fees for the organization
I
for
would.
exercising my legal rights as a defense of the organization is completely improper, and it is absolutely attempting to put other board members under duress for exercising their legal rights in support of the party's interests.
Right. Well, Mr. Sheridan, to defend my ruling, I would state that she did not call that motion. If the motion is called, I would address it as improper. And I believe that's really all I have to say to that. But you can wish to change my ruling. I believe that takes 2/3 in a second, correct? And can anyone correct me?
Point of
Of
order,
order.
require a majority vote.
Majority vote, but it also
Affirmative
requires
to
a second, correct?
Point of order.
Yes, Mr. Bowman.
I believe that appealing a ruling of a chair is a ruling on a motion, and that Dana did not make a motion regarding the comment that Andrew did correctly quote her as saying. She made a comment.
that comment is specifically the act of trying to create duress.
Mr. Chatterton, you don't have the floor.
Everyone, please. I will say now, at that comment, Mr. Sheridan and unfortunately Ms. Thornton, you two have both spoken out of turn. That's an official warning. Please move forward cautiously. Like I said, I do not want to have to eject anyone, but if people talk without being recognized or having an interrupting motion stated as such, I will have to eject you after one formal warning. Thank you.
Mr. Chair.
Mr. Essner, I see your hand raised.
Since you seem to be debating my move to table, I do not think it is debatable.
Point of order.
Point of order, Mr. Sheridan, yes.
We're currently in an appeal of the ruling of the chair, which is debatable. I believe the chair has made his initial statements in support of his ruling, and we're now in discussion among other board members on the consideration of the appeal of the ruling.
Mr. Chair.
Yeah, who's
That was
yes?
Charles.
Yes.
I have not heard a second. I demand a second if we're going to appeal the ruling of the chair. Otherwise, I would like to move to a vote on move to table.
All right, is there a second to Mr. Sheridan's appeal to overrule the chair?
Second.
All right. Is there any further debate? All right. Mr. Johnson, do you have debate for your hand raised?
Nope.
All right,
It's
Mr.
not really
Bowman.
debate.
Mr. Bowman?
Yes, a request for information. What specific motion did the chair rule on that is being appealed? And what is the ruling on said motion? I assume it would have to be a seconded motion.
Yes, well, there was no motion. It was to call the Ms. Carver to order on grounds of duress. And I ruled that though it pushed the line closely, it did not count as that because no motion did do so. was stated by her. Just that she would entertain one.
Thank you.
All right, Mr. Sheridan.
To address Mr. Bowman's question, the matter being appealed is the ruling of the chair that the point of order was not well taken to call the member to order. The simple fact of attempting to initiate duress in a meeting has been an ongoing pattern. There's been months of this happening over and over again, with members threatening removal if I didn't drop my protected legal rights under this board and as a director of this board. And there have been an ongoing pattern since I've rejoined this board and before, of these individuals attempting to create a hostile environment within the leadership of the party. And these actions are completely inappropriate and speaks to the motions that are being attempted to be tabled as to the misconduct at hand in this board and being executed by a majority of its directors against the interests of the organization.
That Mr. Sheridan. Mr. Thornton, that's your hand raised.
Yeah, I just want to say that this is indeed out of order. You didn't rule anything. You just refused to do what Mr. Chatterton wants you to do, and apparently that's different. He didn't motion. It didn't get denied. There's just you. He wanted you to scold another member. You declined to do that, and so now he's not happy. This is out of order, and I think it should be tabled. I think it should be killed. I don't think it should proceed. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you for that, Ms. Thornton. Ms. Carver, is your hand raised again?
Call the question.
Second.
All right. All in favor of calling the question, please say aye.
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 All right. And this does take, all opposed, please say nay.
I call for a recorded vote by name.
For calling the question or for the next vote?
For the next vote. Thank you. I'm sorry for the mix-up.
No problem. All right. All opposed, please say nay to calling the question. All right, Ms. Secretary, if you could run us through a quick vote, I'd appreciate that. It does take a simple majority to overrule the chair, and then upon my overruling, I would
Point of information, Mr. Chair.
yes.
Can you define what a nay and a yay will constitute on this vote, please?
A yay would be to side with my, Mr. Chatterton on me calling Ms. Carver to order, and a nay.
Point of order.
Yes.
The vote requires to be placed in the form, shall the ruling of the chair be sustained, and it requires a majority in support to sustain the ruling.
So it's sustained. Okay, so I got it backwards. Thank you for that. So a yes would be to side with my ruling that Ms. Carver was not out of order, and a no would be that Ms. Carver was out of order, and I would have to call her to order. All right, Ms. Secretary, if you can proceed with that vote.
Okay, Scott Bowman,
I sustain the ruling of chair.
Trevor Stepp,
Yes.
Andrew Duke, Andrew Duke. Come back to him. I'm a yes.
Yes.
Dana Carver,
Yes.
Jay Gillette,
Yes.
Raphael Wolf,
Yes.
Larry Johnson,
Yes.
Leah Daly,
No.
Angela Thornton,
Yes.
Charles Essner,
Yes.
Dave Franklin,
I abstain.
Andrew Chatterton,
No.
Colin Fitzgerald, Colin, Tim, do you abstain?
I abstain.
Colin, one more time. All right. I have 10 to 2 to 2.
All right, my ruling stands. All right, moving forward, we are on tabling this motion. I mean, the old business until after new business is concluded.
Point
Is
of
there
order.
any-
Sorry, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
I believe tabling is the wrong phrase for this. We're just looking to change the order in which we're doing business. To table the old business would be to say that we will not deal with it at this meeting, but deal with it at the next meeting. And it
All
would
right.
be moved from the table. And I guess I'm asking for clarification because that could have been the intent of the mover, but I did not get that impression from him.
Mr.
No.
Esner, would you like to clarify your motion?
Yeah, so I did not my intent is to address these issues after new business. I believe tabling is the correct way to do it till the end of the meeting, but if we want to, we can say I move to postpone this matter until after new business if that phrase works better for Larry.
Perfect.
Thank you for poking fun at it.
All right, Mr. Bowman, I see your physical hand raised. Would you like to add something?
Yeah, I suppose it's a point of order or parliamentary procedure, but I know this is a hair splitting thing. In my experience at Board of Police Commissioner meetings, where we have a very rigid parliamentarian cutting in and saying, "Excuse me, that's not really a thing." Um, According to her, there is no motion to table; it's motions to postpone.
Duly noted. Thank you. All right, seeing no more debate, we will proceed to a vote. All in favor of postponing these matters until after new business, please say aye.
Aye.
I
All right, any opposed, please say nay.
I call for a roll call
Nay.
vote.
Nay.
I know, you knew he was
Yes,
gonna
I
Nay.
do
forgot.
that.
There was, no, that was on the previous matter. So, Ms. Secretary, a roll call vote has been called.
Okay, do we want to table old business or postpone old business, right? Is that the way we now
Correct.
word it?
Yeah.
Okay, postpone old business until after new business. Scott Bowman.
Um,
Scott,
Yay, yes.
Trevor Stepp,
No.
Andrew Duke,
Pass.
I'm a yes. Dana Carver,
Yes.
Jay Gillette,
Yes.
Raphael Wolf,
Yes.
Larry Johnson,
Yes.
Leah Daly,
No.
Angela Thornton,
Yes.
Charles Essner,
Yes.
Dave Franklin,
No.
Andrew Chatterton,
No.
Helen Fitzgerald, Tim Teagan,
I abstain.
8 to 4 to 1. Oh, Andrew Duke. I wanted to go back. He passed. Did you want to vote or abstain? Andrew?
We can't hear you, Andrew.
Can you hear me right now?
Yeah,
Yeah,
now we
now I
can.
can.
I would like to abstain.
Okay, so 8 to 4 to 2.
All right, that hits 2/3. So that does pass.
Did you guys see the agenda right now? That doesn't show me what you guys see.
Yeah, we can see
Yes,
your
we do.
screen.
Okay.
All
So the
right,
new
so we can
business starts with Canva.
Canva renewal. All right,
Yeah.
is there anyone who would like to speak to that or make that motion? Mr. Johnson?
Um, I have a boomer question, which is what is Canva and what do we use it for?
Yes, somebody, if they could enlighten me as well, I would greatly appreciate it.
I think it was it Trevor? I guess he's got his hand. I think it was him that
Yeah.
put that on there.
Mr. Stepp?
Yeah, so Canva is the software we've been using to create all the graphics and do like logos and anything I do to help candidates with signs or postcards or door hangers. All of that's designed in Canva. It has all of our stuff saved in there. Other people have used it as well. Um, it's a really nice, easy to use software to like create a trifold and get printed. Anything that you've seen, business cards, all of that, the trifolds, the signs that anyone's paid for. Or, if you saw Allie Sleds' stuff, that was all designed in Canva. And yeah, it's very useful and it's pretty affordable considering that that's a whole year we'd be paying for. Um, I'm not a graphics expert, but it is nice for me to be able to throw something together and use Canva for that. So that's what that Canva is.
Are you aware of the pricing?
I believe I sent that along. Let me pull it back up. If anyone wants to speak, I can mute for a second and come back.
All right. Thank you for that. Mr.
Point
Esner?
of clar- Yeah, I was just wondering, Trevor, are you going to make this motion? And if so, I will second it.
All right. Thank you for that. Ms. Garber?
I have a question, but I think because of Robert's things, I gotta wait for it to be seconded. So fuck it, second, or no, make the motion. Then
Somebody made, well, the motion
I'll make
needs
the
a number.
motion.
No,
So
motion
I'm
motion
considering the
needs a
motion
number.
made. I'm considering the motion made already by Mr. Stepp, and it already has been seconded, so we can go to the debate.
No, but we don't have a number on it yet. We don't know what we're voting for, right?
Yeah, but we can debate until we won't carry out the vote until we can have pricing number.
okay, so somebody already asked about pricing. Somehow I missed that.
Yeah, I inquired about the pricing. He's looking it up right now.
I mean,
All right,
I
Ms.
found the email, but it doesn't have pricing.
Ms. Thornton?
I'm ready.
Mr. Stepp, you have the pricing?
Yes, sir. The price is $120 for 1 year.
All right, thank you. All right, Ms. Thornton?
Yeah, I don't think we need to waste a whole lot of time on this. That's like less than it used to cost us to hire a graphic artist for one small little logo. So this is a no-brainer. Canva's a great program, and we'd be silly not to renew this. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Mr. Sheridan?
Move to end debate on the matter and go to a vote.
Second.
Right. All in favor of ending debate, please say aye.
Aye.
All right, all opposed, please say nay. All right, debate's ended. All in favor of adopting this motion, please say aye.
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 All right, any opposed, please say nay. All right, motion's adopted. All right, now.
Mr. Chair?
Yes.
Point of information, because
Yeah.
you had sent me an email regarding this, and I had sent back to you, it looks like phishing. This was sent, or the payment request was sent to Libertarian Party of MI at gmail.com. Who owns that? Who's using that?
I am currently unaware because I'm using the Cherry Mail and I have problems with that at the moment.
Is anyone on this board using that Gmail address representing the party?
Not
I could
my
speak.
All right.
I could speak to that.
Mr. Stepp, yes.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. That's the drive file that like Donna has saved all the minutes. That's all the convention stuff. That's it's no one's using it as like anything, but it's just the drive file and then just to log into Canva. But yeah, like all the that's the drive we always reference, like where the minutes are that are shared on the website. You know, when you click that, those are all shared folders under the party. The party owns that email, I guess, is the answer to Andrew's question.
All right. Thank you for that clarification, Mr. Stepp.
Yeah, I use a social net director, but I do remember seeing something else. But anyway.
All right. Mr. Bowman, do you have a point of information or inquiry?
It's an inquiry. I'm just wondering how many people I assume Mr. Stepp has, and does anyone else have the credentials for that account?
I believe our secretary would if she has our minutes being put into it.
For which, I'm sorry.
For that Gmail account.
For the Google Drive account.
I get on the Google Drive through my own Google account.
I'm
Mr. Stepp, would
almost
you like to
positive
speak
Dana
to it?
had, or the secretary has access through her own personal to access the whole thing. Yeah. And
But I don't
I
have
gave it all, I gave
any.
everything to Justin, so I'm not sure.
Okay, because
Gotcha.
I see what you're talking about where I put the minutes and stuff, but I access it through mine and I see the email you're talking about is the owner, but I don't have any information. I do the social net director for which is Michigan Libertarian, social net director at michiganlp.org. Anyway, I
So that
don't I do see the email he's talking about, but I don't know and I don't have the access to it.
all
And
right.
that is the owner of our minutes archive, but I am able to access it so
Does that,
personally.
does that answer your question, Mr. Bowman?
Um, yes, I think, but it sounds like based upon the response, may I make a comment, Mr. Chair? I guess statement of personal privilege, for lack of coming up with a name for it. Okay, my concern here is that any accounts that are as critical as it sounds like this one is, and there's, I believe, what Donna has is probably an affiliated account where you can have a personal Gmail account that is able to receive and send as if it is the other account, so it's still not primary access. That
Right. No, you're absolutely right. Yep.
that any primary account access have two board members, I suppose designated by the chair for lack of anything else, that have the creds in the event anything were to happen to any one of us. And I
I'm
feel that way about any such account, social net too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm certain we can look into furthering the credentials of that at a later point in time.
I do, you know what? I do see that little chart, Google Drive, Libertarian Party of Michigan at gmail.com. Okay.
All right. Now, I would like to
I did find an email that Tim sent me that has a bunch of gobbledygook. That might be it. So
it may be more prudent to handle this issue another time when we don't have a meeting as filled as this one, though.
yeah, I will fool around with this and try to get it resolved. I think Jamie knows too.
Yeah, and right.
Point of
Mr.
information, Chair.
Yes,
Do we still have a motion on the floor?
I
The
no.
motion
Canva
was
hasn't even been voted on. Correct. Thank you, Mr. Johnson. We got lost in the weeds there badly. Thank you.
no, we did pass by voice vote for Canva.
Did we?
Yep.
You have
Yeah.
Okay.
okay. Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Secretary.
Yep.
All right. Mr. Stepp, I see your hand raised.
I would just say if we have time at the end, we could go into executive session and log in, and we can show everyone what's in there if they want to see it.
All right. Might be a good idea if we have enough time. Mr. Esner, I see your hand raised.
I think my question was answered. Sorry. I think let's move on.
No problem. All right. Moving on to the next issue, IT issues, AWS, SendGrid, and etc. I may have a comment to add, but if anyone else first would like to speak to these issues, please be recognized. Mr. Esner.
Yeah, so maybe it's a failure on my part. I'm not making a motion at this time. I'm just requesting that everyone check their email. I sent an email about IT. If your email isn't working, and you didn't receive this. My email is chuckunmoney. So chuckunmoney at gmail.com. Uh, it might be a failure on my part, as I said earlier, but I would really like to know any issues that people are having IT related, because I really am confused about what's going on. And if people can just send whatever their current issue is so that I can just be like, oh, okay, we have issues, or oh, no, we don't have issues, because I don't know what the status is. And I don't really want to spend meetings discussing IT like we just did for a few minutes. I think there's a better way of handling that. No offense, I'm not targeting anybody, but I think there's a better way of handling it than in this meeting. So if you could just send me an email, chuckonmoney@gmail.com if you didn't see it, or respond back to my LP email. Several people did. Duke did. I believe Scotty did. I believe Raphael did. And a lot of it is just information on my part so that I can understand what's going on. And that way I can know if I need to assist or make a motion in a future meeting to help get this resolved.
Thank you. Because
Um,
one thing I will note personally, I just got a new phone and a new PC set up. Unfortunately, on neither can I get my libertarian email to work. This is my old phone, but I got to turn it in next week. So I need to get that resolved. Mr. Wolf, I see your hand raised.
and can you put me in the queue, please?
Yep.
I have
And
something to
Mr.
say.
Saliba just entered. So, Mr. Wolf.
Yeah, so I've responded back to Leah and Charles who need password resets. I think you can send an email to IT director or just copy IT director. And I also get the email, as does Jamie, currently. And a lot of the issues are related just to the general system and how it works. It's like commingled with 17 other states. Ken Molman, I don't know how you say his name, is constantly, fiddling with the system. It's not necessarily dedicated to us. Um, it's quirky. He's emails us about upgrades, sudden upgrades. Oh, got to do this, got to do that. Oh, we're getting attacked by everyone and their brother. And there's people that get blocked from the website just randomly. And they can't get in until they switch cell towers or they go to a Panera or something. And it's just buggy overall, mostly because I think it's under the management of Mr. Moman, and it's the nature of the beast. It's always been seemingly from day one a quirky and buggy system. We lack access. I don't have back end access to the server. So, like for example, with Amazon AWS or the SendGrid. Somebody had the SendGrid phone number for the two-factor, couldn't get in, sent the email to support. Support never got back to me, which is when we just made the decision to switch to AWS, which we're officially on. I don't know when that was, last week or 2 weeks ago. And so things with AWS, at least sending email on a mass perspective, have gotten better. And I think that's about it. I did send out an email with sort of the current IT issues, but some of those have been resolved, like the inability to send attachments. That was resolved after Ken found out about it. So I just keep forwarding things to Ken and hoping he gets it resolved. There's tons of report problems. Running reports is crazy witchcraft. No one seems to know what the magic is. And so that's kind of the highlights. Thanks.
And
Thank you.
don't forget me, Tim.
Yep, Miss Secretary, you're up next.
I just wanted to report I remember now, I cannot get on that Google Drive because the verification code was sent to somebody's Apple iPhone 15. And that's the story of a couple other like things that I do too. Like nobody knows who these people are who are getting the notifications to let me in. So I have never been able to get into this. So anyway, just wanted to update you on that.
Thank you. All right, Mr. Duke.
I wanted to speak to Raphael's comment of people getting blocked, logging into their email or blocked at our Michigan LP website. I was the victim of that. For 3 months, I would get a 403 forbidden error and could sometimes log in when I changed cell phone towers or Wi-Fi. And I talked with Ken, and he thought it might have to do with using the Safari browser on your phone if you have an iPhone. And ever since I started using DuckDuckGo, I have not had the same issue. So if you have problems logging in, you look like you get banned, switch browsers.
Thank you. Mr. Johnson. Mr. Johnson, did your hand go okay? All right, then back to Mr. Esner.
I was muted. I'm here now. I
Okay,
just wanted to let
perfect.
people know that, yes, I have found as credentials chair that I've had some problems doing searches, mostly because some people are categorized improperly, not necessarily as members and stuff. The workaround that I've used is to generate an entire report of the entire database, which is about 4,000 people, which can then be sorted alphabetically and scrolled through. Unfortunately, after about 4 pages, said report will fail online. So I've taken to simply downloading a static copy to work with on my LibreOffice, and that works fine as a workaround to access information on all the members that we need to credential people. So I know it shouldn't be that way. It is that way, and we have found a workaround that should allow us to proceed with credentialing. I just wanted to throw that information out there.
Thank you. Mr. Esner.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Chair. If you guys don't mind, Donna, Mr. Duke, Larry, could you send that in an email? Because I'm not going to remember what we just talked about, and it's going to take a while to go through the video. And I think it'd be clearer if you guys sent an email with the issue, if you were able to resolve it, what you had to do to go around it, and then that way, I understand what's going on. So, yeah. Anyway, I have nothing more, Mr. Chair. I'm just looking for
Thank you. Mr. Bowman.
Yeah, on the whole authentication thing, and I guess it's just kind of a discussion here because I want to inquire. Um, if someone sends a text message to the 888, what is it, free now or whatever, our state 888 number, will it be received by anybody like the chair? Because I'm trying to think of a way to be able to authenticate where more than, where 2 people can actually be capable of authenticating the same account. And it's simple if it's a username or password, but now you have either, I don't know if we could use an email address as an authentication method, and then that, but it doesn't seem like we're offered much of a choice sometimes.
Point of privilege.
Yes, Mr. Sheridan.
Can we please workshop IT difficulties outside of official meetings and handle these between individuals having the trouble and our IT support as opposed to in business?
Yes, please.
Agreed.
I'm not opposed to it, but I will note that it was on the agenda, so we would have. All right. Is there any further discussion on IT issues? Mr. Esner, I see your hand still up.
No, I was just going to say, Scotty, send me an email, and then that way.
Could you put your email in the chat if you haven't already, Mr. Esner?
I'll put, yeah, so it's my LP email, and then I'll put my personal in case your stuff isn't working, and then that way, if your stuff isn't working. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. All right, then we can move on to next order of business, which is, sorry, could you read the next order of business, Miss Secretary? I can't really see that.
Where am I here? This is the reference committee, Charles Esner's motion that a reference committee be formed. So he was going to
Uh,
discuss that.
all right, Mr. Esner, if you'd like to discuss that.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Yeah, so I'm making a motion, unless I have it on there as 3 to 5 people. I'm going to say 3 is better than 5. So my motion is going to be, and if people want 5 people, they can make an amendment. My motion is that a reference committee be formed with 3 LPMI members and myself, Charles Essner, as chair. And nominations to be taken after the committee is established, and then I'll speak to the motion once I have a second.
All right, is there a second?
I'll second.
All right, Mr. Esner, if you'd like to speak to your motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. 1 second, let me bring it up. And I can provide this. I can provide this in writing. Won't let me put it all in the chat. But so basically, this motion for a reference committee. The purpose of this committee is to review contentious, time-consuming items, and then also items where we do not have information. So if something's brought up and there's just no one knows, and then this committee will meet and provide a simple report on the items, provide basic for and against comparison table, so like kind of like a pro and con, and recommendation to the board. The items will not originate in the committee. We are not making motions. They will be referred to the committee during the LEC meeting with a motion to table till the next meeting and refer the item to the reference committee. The committee meetings will be public with public comment. They will be recorded and available to any LPMI member, and to be held no later than 1 week before the LPMI LEC meeting. Possible recommendations are going to be very strict. Recommend a motion be made, recommend to debate with time limits and times allowed to speak, recommend to amend and debate with time limits and times allowed to speak, recommendation to postpone or table, recommendation to postpone or table indefinitely. I will note we are not going to be making any recommendation on how members should vote. They will have to review our report and vote accordingly. We are not here to tell people how to vote. So that is my motion. If anyone has any questions or debate, I'm done. Thank you.
All right, Ms. Carver.
No offense, Charles. I would like to speak against this motion. I think at this particular moment, it just seems like an extra layer of bureaucracy, which is something I really hate about government. I just don't see the purpose for this. It doesn't make sense to me. And it just seems like an extra layer of things we have to deal with.
Thank you for that, Ms. Carver. Ms. Thornton.
Yeah, this is probably out of order, but I don't have any objection to it. I just don't understand what he's talking about. I don't know. So I'm just going to vote against it for that reason, because I don't know what it is. I don't understand what types of issues we would be giving to him. I mean, if it's an IT issue, that should theoretically go to the IT director. If it's a membership issue, that would go to the membership committee. I don't understand what purpose that this reporting would do.
All right, thank you for that, Ms. Thornton. Mr. Esner, recognize you again.
Thank you. So this is just to remove some of the long drawn out debate out of this meeting. That is all this is for. So that is all condensed. So we've had contentious issues where people have wanted to take up time. We don't have time in this meeting to go through these items like we have been in the past. I mean, we made a motion to adjourn the last meeting because people couldn't be held to order. So the idea is to simply bring this to a point where we can discuss the issues, have all of the issues that people have put on the table. We can review them before the meeting, and that way we can move through business quickly. I would also, if we vote this down, be open to people appointing a timekeeper who could mute people if they exceed their time. but we would have to vote this down first.
Thank you for that, Mr. Esner. Mr. Stepp.
Yeah, so how I've seen this similar idea used in city council, at least the meetings that I've gone to in Ann Arbor, they always start off there's with they call it a consent agenda item, and it'll have like 5 or 6 items listed that are like they've already kind of discussed, and then the only things that they do is it's an up-down vote, and all they can do is just someone mo makes a single motion to remove an item for consent agenda, and it moves it to the regular agenda. Otherwise, that like maybe 4 or 5 things, it's just an up, down, yes, no. I approve the consent agenda. And it's things like the um, stuff that has passed unanimously tonight, like for Canva. It can be an email sent out. What is Canva? Here's why we need it. And we might not have it every time. I'm a little concerned with all of Charles's qualifiers. Maybe we can continue to workshop this, but I do like the idea of having something where it's just like, hey, we need to approve a couple quick expenses, recurring our insurance. The only time we would need to debate that is if we were switching, um, or something like that, or renewal of our, just simple little things that we have. PO box. We could just say either up, down vote, couple line items, boom, remove or not. But maybe we can continue this otherwise. But that's just my comments.
Thank you for that, Mr. Stepp. Mr. Johnson.
Yes, I in the past we had meeting packets basically that would be mailed out at least a week before one of these LEC meetings, and it would include things like officer reports, and the various motions that were proposed would often be on there so that these things had been announced ahead of time and people could discuss it through email or whatever. I think that adding another bureaucratic layer to this may not be the best solution to this problem, although I do see it as a problem. And we could maybe, as Trevor stated, continue to workshop some solutions to this so that we don't continue to get jammed up. But I would be against this as a motion.
All right. Is there any further discussion before we proceed to a vote? Seeing none. All right. All in favor of Mr. Esner's motion, please say aye.
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 All opposed, please say nay.
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 Right. Right.
All right. The nays taken on this one. All right. Well, yes, Mr. Esner, I see your hand went up. Do you
Would
have
it
a
be
inquiry?
would it be out of order for me to propose a motion to select the timekeeper?
A timekeeper?
Mhm.
I've been
Who
hitting the
could
clock.
interrupt? This is for further meetings, future meetings.
Oh, for further meetings?
Yes.
If
Going
y'all would
forward.
like to, I can't keep a computer near me to keep on the clock. I've been doing it through this meeting. I do pause it for explanations, though.
I don't hear a second. So if there's no second, then we'll go
All
forward.
right.
I'll second his motion.
Then I'll keep it out there.
Okay. Is there anyone other than myself who would like to be a timekeeper?
I volunteer, Mr. Chair.
Point of
All
order.
right. Yes.
We haven't voted on a motion of whether or not we want to have a timekeeper yet.
Yes,
Yes,
I want
Good point.
to nominate a person for that position to vote on. I thought it would save us a step.
Mr. Chair, I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, this is more directed towards Charles. So what would be the specific role and powers of the timekeeper, so we understand before we want to select somebody or approve of this method of staying on time?
That's what I've already been doing. Everyone is allowed allocated 2 minutes to speak and can only speak up to 2 times per motion. There are other times, like when you are presenting a motion, for example, that you can surpass that 2 minute threshold, but it's to keep debate to a formally limited time.
Mr. Chair, may I answer?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, so basically, I'm in agreement with you. It would just mean that there's a separate person who keeps the time and tracks it throughout the meeting so that you're able to keep track of the other things that are going on instead of trying to watch the clock. For example, at the national convention, um, I know that behind the chair, they were keeping time separate of him, and they were interrupting and saying, "Hey, that's time." So that's basically what this is, to allow you to run the meeting, to keep track of motions, to keep track of the conversation, what's going on, and someone else just to do the basic keep track of time and sort of side of things.
That. All right. Seeing no other debate, we can proceed to a quick vote of adopting Mr. Eschner as a formal timekeeper. All in favor, please say aye.
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 All right. Any opposed, please say nay.
No, I'm opposed.
All right. Well, looks like the ayes have it on this one.
Yeah, I'm
Mr.
sorry. I'm
Eschner,
opposed too. Sorry. Yeah.
gotcha. Just please, if moving forward, if you keep time, just call out appropriate warnings so that people know they are close to their threshold.
Yeah, my intent is for next meeting. I don't want to change how we're running this meeting.
No problem. I can still keep going for this one. All right. What is the next order of new business? Because
It's a reimbursement for Trevor Stepp for convention expenses. Andrew Dukes. Motion.
yes, Mr. Duke, do you have an exact number to that reimbursement?
Yes, the number is 397 and 38 cents. For context, I was not in the April meeting, but this was put up and approved. But when I read the minutes, it said it was reimbursed to Evan McMahon for his hotel room. I confirmed with Donna that the way she recorded it, yes, the motion was to be given to Evan McMahon. And Trevor has pointed out, I guess, an error in the minutes or what was motioned last time. So I want to make it clear that we are reimbursing Trevor Stepp that amount for the payment he made for Evan McMahon's hotel room at the January convention.
Thank you. All right, is
What
there
was
any
the amount again? What was the amount again, Andrew?
397 and 38 cents.
All right, there's a second. Is there any debate or any debate? All right, hearing none. Is there any opposition to this motion? All right, hearing none, it passes, and we will get that reimbursed to you, Mr. Stepp. All right, we are finally through the new business, so we can start on the old business. Which I believe starts with the treasury report to address the missing 6,000. Were you able to conclude your report, Mr. Duke?
I have received documentation. I have reviewed it thoroughly, and I have determined there's either a mistake in one of these submitted documents or there is no point in continuing the search. So I'm assuming it's an error. I've requested the correct document be sent to me.
All right. All right, I can open up the debate and questions for that. Mr. Sheridan, I see your hand raised.
Mr. Duke, can I clarify understanding of your findings that there is no grounds to consider there to be money missing from the accounts relating to the $6,000 that has long been claimed to be missing?
I will say that it takes evidence to make the accusation, and I am lacking the current evidence due to receiving what I believe is an inaccurate document. one sent for 2022 instead of 2023.
So there is not evidence of money missing from party accounts.
I believe I have received the incorrect document due to the date that I looked at.
So are you stating that your investigation is not concluded 2 months later and you have to wait for that before you can finish your investigation? Or have you concluded that the evidence provided is not valid to suggest money is missing?
I believe there has been administrative error. I think I've clear on that. I do agree that to make an accusation, you must have the proper information, but it is clear that an error has been made. I have the
All right.
wrong date.
Mr. Duke, your task
Mr.
that you were
Sheridan,
assigned by
Mr.
motion to
Sheridan,
support, I believe I'm still within my time, Mr. Chair.
Chatterton, I am
Point of order.
speaking. I
Title
know, but I'm speaking. I
Point of order,
would
Mr.
like
Chair.
to remind you that we cannot allow complete back and forth. If you have a question, please direct it to the chair or ask the chair to allow you to direct it back to Mr. Duke. But we can't have a four-time question back and forth on the matter.
Mr. Chair, point of order. I was recognized speaker, and if there's anyone to call to order
were.
there, it would be Mr. Duke, but I don't think his actions were out of line there, so I did not raise
That's
any
not.
objection.
But
However,
Point of order.
I am clarifying as part of my recognized
Timothy
speaking time
Teagan is the
still.
chair.
Mr. Chair, all I'm saying is
Uh,
I will
Can I use
recognize
the rest
you
of my debate
again.
time, Mr. Chair?
Mute him.
You did already hit your 2
I
minutes.
did not speak for 2 minutes. Mr. Duke answered questions which you have repeatedly said results in paused
The chair
timelines.
ruled.
I have no problem letting you
Mr.
go again, Mr. Sheridan, by any means.
I am trying to speak before the flood of individuals comes in to move to adjourn here before we deal with our fiduciary responsibilities. Our treasurer was tasked over 2 months ago with having an investigation within 2 weeks as to whether there is evidence suggesting that money is missing, and he has continued over 2 months later to give non-answers to that and cannot even answer clearly whether he has concluded his investigation.
He has given an
Dude.
answer that he has been received the wrong documentation. Now,
Is he awaiting new documentation, and is it
Well,
incomplete?
Mr. Sheridan, I really don't want to have to do any disciplinary action on anyone tonight. All I'm asking is if you have more to ask them, please just raise your hand up again and wait in the
Mr.
queue.
Chair, I have asked a question that was not answered in my speaking time, and I did not speak my 2 minutes, and I've been interrupted extensively. I have asked if the chair can confirm whether or not the treasurer has completed the assignment that this board directed him to complete within 2 weeks over 2 months ago. Has that occurred?
I will answer that in the regards of he has been stonewalled. I'm finding the last document. He does not have any evidence to support it, as stated. We can take that as it is, and if there is any conclusive evidence, he will bring it to this board. But he has been doing it
Chair,
to the
your
best of
statement's
his ability.
contradictory. If he's been stonewalled, that would suggest his investigation is not complete.
I don't believe he has considered it concluded until he has the 2022 documents of 2023. Yes. Does that answer your question, Mr. Sheridan?
Yes.
Thank you. Now, we have many other hands raised. Please just work with me on this. Don't speak out of turn. And if I suggest to do otherwise, please do otherwise. Thank you. Miss Carver.
Oh, that was merely to beg you to call the last member to order. I'm sorry. Thank you.
Yes, no problem. Mr. Franklin.
Yeah. This question's for Mr. Duke. Would you be able to send this committee the documentation you have received, just so we can see that? And Mr. Chair, I'd like to reserve a moment of your time, my time, depending on the answer.
All right, Mr. Duker, would you be able to send out those copies without violating any privacy or contractual issues?
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Yes, Mr. Sheridan, point of order.
There can be no privacy or contractual issues amongst members of the board. That's inappropriate to consider in your question.
I was just double checking on any legalities.
Members of this board as directors are entitled to full inspection
Yeah.
rights of corporate governance documents.
Then all you would have to do is answer no. That's all I'm saying is I want to make sure
That's
it's all legal and safe.
except for the member list.
All right, Mr. Duke, would you be able to send a copy of those lists into the exec our emails?
Yes.
Thank you. Did you have anything else, Mr. Franklin?
Not at this time. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Not a problem. Mr. Johnson.
I would like to point out when this motion was originally made, I voted against it because I felt the 2-week timeline was completely unrealistic for the very reason that gathering evidence cannot be put on a timeline. And this failure demonstrates that. So at this time, I would make a motion to modify that previous motion by removing the timeline, but requesting that the treasurer continue to investigate until he has received the proper evidence and can give us a full report of what occurred in this issue.
Second.
Right, it does have a second. We can open up debate. Mr. Sheridan, I see your hand went up.
Motion is completely inappropriate. This is a very basic fiduciary responsibility of the treasurer. There's no
Because
reasonable
you're afraid of getting
justification.
caught.
Mr. Chair, I'd ask you to call the member to order formally, please.
Who spoke out? Who was that?
That's Mr. Saliba, Mr. Chair.
Mr. Saliba, I will give you a formal warning. Sorry. Everyone gets one formal warning, and then I will have to eject. And please, I don't want to discipline anyone tonight. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, this is a extremely significant breach of duty by our treasurer. His responsibility is to count for funds, and if we have $6,000 that's apparently being claimed by several members of this board, seemingly falsely, for several years to be missing, and the chair is well aware that I believe or not unanimously, but we approved by a large margin the motion to have the treasurer investigate that.
Thank you. I will rule that the allocating more time to this issue would still be something in order. Also considering the fact that it's also was done on a previous chair he was not on. So, Mr. Johnson, would you like to speak to your motion?
Yes, I would just like to further elaborate. I'm not elaborate, but emphasize that gathering evidence on such a short timeline as was instituted was doomed to failure, and I think that what probably was the intent here. Obviously, Mr. Duke has stated that there still is one report that he has been unable to receive for whatever reason. It is from a previous administration, so he doesn't necessarily have full control over that content. And we need to allow him the time that it takes to finish this, because yes, it is an important issue, as Andrew has stated, but these artificial deadlines do not really assist any. I mean, every one of us is a volunteer, and most of us, aside from a few of us retired folks, have outside jobs and family obligations, and we need to see that this gets done, but I don't think that putting an artificial timeline on it is necessarily a positive thing. Thank you.
Mr. Chair, point of privilege, my microphone stopped working during my statements and was not able to complete my statement there.
You have been muted.
All right. I will recognize you for up to 1 minute.
I reject the assertions that arbitrary deadlines are not helpful. The arbitrary deadline was adopted as a directive of this body, and it was a binding directive on the treasurer to complete that. This is a fiduciary responsibility of this board, and if this board can't even maintain its basic responsibilities as to determine whether or not money is missing 2 months later, and there's been no status updates, no reports as to why this was delayed, and no further updates as to reasonable justifications, simply that I don't have it so far. This is unacceptable, and this is demonstrating a continuing pattern of neglect of fiduciary responsibility by the members of this board and actions in contradiction of its direct interests as an organization.
10 seconds. All right. Thank you for that, Mr. Sheridan. Ms. Carver, would you like to be recognized for your second time? Ms. Carver, for your
Oops.
second time. All right. Mr. Franklin, for your second time.
Yeah, so I'm wondering, Mr. Duke, what specific documents do you think you still require to conclude this investigation? And I may have a follow-up after that.
I received a bank statement from 2022 when in question we are discussing money that went missing in 2023. So it's not a I think, it's a I have the wrong document.
Does that answer your question, Mr. Franklin?
Yes, it does, Mr. Chair.
Perfect. Mr. Bowman.
Yeah, my comment here is that I believe this discussion is dilatory on the basis that the person who seems to have the most questions about this alleged missing $6,000 is the person who was chair when it allegedly went missing. And if anyone was to know the most about that, it would be he himself. So I'm perplexed as to why we are even going there at this point.
Point of order, Mr. Chair. The insinuation of this is again inappropriate. Duress of this matter, suggesting that
Mr. Chair, this is
people
not
making this
everyone-
accusation do not have the burden to demonstrate that it is an accusation worth
Point of order,
considering.
please call him to chair, please, or to order.
Everyone. Yeah, he does have a point of order. He can speak to it. He
that
has
is not
already
a
used.
point of order, Mr. Chair.
Dilatory.
One second.
Mr. Chair, may I?
I may allow you to finish
To
speaking, but I
clarify
will
the
not rule
point
it
of
as
order?
dilatory. Yes.
The point of order was regarding the improper insinuations by Mr. Bowman regarding other members of this board. It's inappropriate to suggest that I would have some special knowledge of this for the fact of being chair when I've been the one driving that, and we've had other members who are the core people making the accusation of the missing money on record in these meetings
Fuck you.
declare that we should be putting our head in the sand and demonstrating a
Chair,
complete
all right,
egregious
all right,
breach of that.
all right.
And Mr. Chair, I would further ask you to call Ms. Thornton to order for her outburst of "fuck you" in this meeting just now, and I would ask you to put a motion to have her removed from the meeting for that. That conduct's completely inappropriate. Even without
Mr.
a warning.
Chair, I did not order. Excuse me. I'll come.
I will recognize you, Ms. Thornton, right now. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. First of all, I want to say that I did not utter the F word. I asked the chair to call the member order because that is not a point of order. Mr. Chatterton is arguing. It's totally out of order and it's ridiculous that he should be allowed. As to the motion, which is why I had my hand raised, Mr. Chatterton admits he spent the money. He is sending this board on a wild goose chase rather than to simply produce the receipt that he's been asked for multiple years now. I just wanted to bring the board back around to that particular fact. Thank you, Mr.
Chair. Again, point of order. This same member, the member has made the same accusation that I would have access to. The treasurer owns our bank accounts and should have these financial records, and it is his responsibility to secure those if they are absent. The member is on recording just now saying "fuck you" and then denies it to this body. I have again renewed my call, asking you to put a motion to remove Ms. Thornton from the meeting for her inappropriate outburst of "fuck you" on microphone in the meeting.
Point of order.
All right, but at the same time, I would at this point I would also have to put you in there for being combatant as well, Mr. Sheridan.
Mr. Chair, if you feel that's necessary, I welcome you to bring that motion, and I welcome you to consider the
Mr. Chair,
side
point of
effects
order.
that. These actions of this board have been continually egregious.
Mr. Chair, point of order.
Violate our duties and to hide misconduct by members of
I've
this
asked 3
board.
times, so I'm going to speak over them.
Yes,
Eject
Mr.
Andrew
Duke.
Chatterton because he is violating your rules that you put
Second.
forward.
Again.
Mr. Chair, it has to include both. It has to include both. The motion has to include both.
I'm making a two-way formal motion to remove both Mr. Sheridan and Ms. Thornton from the remainder of this meeting on grounds of breaching. I already gave formal warnings to both. So this would be your time to overrule the chair.
We need to divide the question.
Second, no way.
The motion I made was an interrupting motion. I was allowed to make it. I did not drop an F-bomb. I
know,
respect your authority.
I did hear in the middle of it, somebody, you call out without calling the interrupting motion first. And it would just be for the remainder of this meeting, and it would just be the two.
Mr. Chair.
This, and plus everyone can vote to overrule my ruling right now. So we're going to slam through these. Can this be debated?
Move for division. I want this voted separately.
Yeah, no, they will be voted separately.
Okay, thank you. That's not what we.
Okay, so first one,
Mr. Chair, that's inappropriate. They need to be together.
No, they do not.
They do not, but Ms. Thornton's
Second on the motion for
first,
division.
Mr. Chair. It was called first, and it was introduced first, and the violation occurred first. Hold her vote first.
Point of order, I move to divide the question. Was that seconded?
It is divided.
Everyone,
it is divided.
Everyone,
it's already divided.
Please, I'm calling everyone to order. We will vote Ms. Thornton first and Mr. Sheridan. This is your time to overrule or sustain my ruling on the removal for the remainder of this meeting on disciplinary action. All right. So, Ms. Thornton, well, I believe I can open debate. So on the grounds, I did give one formal warning earlier, and I did hear speaking out of turn during Mr. Sheridan's talk earlier. So if there's any debate on that, I will allow you to go first, Ms. Thornton, to defend yourself.
I think I've already done that, Mr. Chair. I did not speak out of turn. I made an interrupting motion asking you to call the member to order. I did not utter a profanity, and I will stand on that. I yield my time. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Thornton. I'll go through these hands up. Mr. Johnson, would you like to speak to this one?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Essner, would you like to speak to this one?
I do not know who said it, but I did hear profanity mentioned. All I'd like to say, I would like us to move the question.
All right. Is there a second to call the question?
Yes.
Second.
All right. All in favor of calling the question, please say aye.
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 All right. All opposed, please say nay. All right. Question is called. All in favor of sustaining my motion to remove Ms. Thornton for the remainder of the meeting, please say
Call
aye.
for a recorded vote.
Aye.
All right. We can do a recorded vote real quick. Ms. Secretary, would you like to run us through a recorded vote?
Okay. Removing Angela Thornton from the meeting. Scott Bowman.
Nay.
Trevor Stepp.
Yes.
Andrew Duke.
No.
I vote no. Dana Carver.
Nay.
Jay Gillette.
No.
Raphael Wolf.
No.
Larry Johnson.
No.
Leah Daly.
She's gone.
Angela Thornton.
I think I have to abstain because I'm part of this.
Thank you.
No, point of whatever the hell it is. She doesn't have to abstain.
She doesn't have to, but it is
She can choose
obliged.
to. So Charles Essner.
Yes.
Dave Franklin.
Yes, I like physical removal.
I would like to change my vote to no then.
So Charles voted yes. Okay, Mike, Dave Franklin.
I voted yes.
Voted no.
Andrew Chatterton.
I vote yes.
Colin Fitzgerald. Tim Teagan.
I abstain.
4-8-2, same as always.
4-8-2. All right.
These are the same as always. Very interesting.
That would even meet the 2/3. So she can stay. Next would be Mr. Sheridan.
Okay.
Move the question. Let's go.
Removing Andrew Chatterton from the meeting.
Aye.
Trevor Stepp.
Yes.
Andrew Duke.
Yes.
I vote yes. Dana Carver,
Yes.
Jay Gillott,
Yes.
Raphael Wolf,
Yes.
Larry Johnson,
Yes.
Leah Daly, Angela Thornton,
Yes.
Charles Essner,
Yes.
Dave Franklin.
Yes to physical removal.
Yes, me too.
Who said me too? What?
I think that was Saliba.
Mike
Oh, I'm
Saliba,
sorry,
yes.
Mike. I'm sorry, Mike. I forgot you showed up. Andrew Chatterton,
I abstain.
Colin Fitzgerald, Tim Teagan.
I abstain.
12-0-2.
All right. Mr. Sheridan, I would ask at this point for you to leave the meeting, and I will see you at the convention.
Have a good night, everybody.
Take care.
You too. Thank you.
All right. Now we can move forward again. Mr. Essner, I see your hand up.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
Orders of the day, Mr. Chair. I believe we have a motion on the floor.
We have a motion to adjourn, and it has been seconded, and it cannot be debated.
So that is
all in-
a motion that we discontinued the discussion.
If there is a previous motion on the floor, it overrides the motion to adjourn.
I understand.
was-
So the motion, I'm trying to remind people.
Oh, no, there was a motion to allocate unlimited time to Mr. Duke,
Right. To remove
basically
the,
as needed.
remove the timeline.
Apologies,
If I may speak,
Mr. Chair.
Yes.
1 second.
I just
Apologies,
asked you to
Larry.
restate it, please.
Anyway, apologies, Larry. I did not realize we still had motion on the floor.
okay. I'll restate the motion. I basically was motioned that we remove the timeline from the previous motioned investigation, but request that the treasurer continue to investigate this issue and report to us at a later time. And I'd also like to call the question if that's in line.
Sure.
Second.
Is there a second to call in question? Perfect. Any objection to calling the question? None. All right. Is there any objection to Mr. Johnson's motion? Hearing none, motion passes.
Mr. Chair, I apologize. I was not trying to interrupt. I raised my hand.
Sorry. Yes. Do you have an objection or?
I would like some clarification just to understand. So this motion is to give Mr. Duke an indefinite amount of time to complete his investigation. Is that's what we're going for here? That's correct?
Basically,
voted on it.
to continue the investigation and take the time necessary.
Okay, understood. Thank you.
All right. Is there any objection to this motion? Hearing none, motion passes. Mr. Essner, your hand is up.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All right. Is there any objection to adjourning?
Objection.
There is an objection? All right, then we'll proceed to a vote. All in favor of adjourning, please say aye.
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 All right. All opposed, please say nay.
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 Roll call vote,
Nay.
please. We have a board
yeah.
position to fill.
We'll need a roll call vote for this.
What do we have to do besides Andrews too?
We want to put Rich McLean in Tory's seat.
We don't have that on the agenda.
Open floor is where we would do
Can we
that.
please have open
Oh.
floor for,
Yeah.
Can we have five, I'm speaking out of turn, I know, and I apologize. But as someone
Chair, bring the
from
member to
that
order.
dis-
Mr. Chair,
I'm
it
sorry,
sounded
who's
like I
speaking?
failed. Mr. Chair,
Yeah.
it sounded like my motion failed. We will hear Mr. Jordan's.
All right. If there's no objections, I mean, I'll count the noes as the winner vote in that, unless anyone really still wants a roll call vote.
Nope.
All right. So
Mr. Chair.
failed.
So are we bypassing? We need to legally get through the old business, and before we
Chair.
go to open floor, correct?
Yeah.
I mean,
Who's,
we don't.
Yes.
is there an interrupting motion? Did I hear
Yes,
somebody?
I think I have an interrupting motion. I would like to motion to suspend whatever the rules to
That-
do the thing. Is that interrupting?
I don't think that's considered an interrupting motion.
Okay, well then call on me.
We'll get to you. Is there a point of inquiry, point of personal privilege, any type of interrupting motion like that?
Yes,
I
I do have one just as the secretary. I just want to know, are we breezing through Andrew's 2 old business items and then
I mean,
moving to open floor, or
they
how is
are
that
still on the
work?
agenda, so we do have to address them if we're not adjourning.
Can we move to motion them, Mr. Chair? Or to table
Yeah,
them? I'm sorry.
motion them
You
out of
can,
order.
we can
I'll,
motion to table them.
Mr. Chair, I will
Mr.
make
Chair.
the proper motion for that, unless Dave has something to say.
Well, that's what I've been waiting for.
All right. Is your motion
Mr.
to
Chair,
table
orders
the
of the day.
remainder of old business? Is that what we're doing?
Yes.
So moved.
All right. Is there a second?
Second.
Is there any debate on this? Any of the hands up?
Point of information.
Yes.
A request for information. Okay, I'm looking at 2 agenda items that involve a motion to begin investigations into filing legal actions and multiple motions for a vote of no confidence. So I guess what I am asking is for the specifics of the motions that we are postponing.
No, they were brought to us by Mr. Sheridan, and Mr. Sheridan is no longer in the meeting, so I cannot give you those specifics.
Okay, then I would like to amend the motion, make a motion to amend the motion to postpone. That it be postponed until the next regular meeting that Mr. Chatterton is participating in.
He will, well, sure, we can run on that. Is there a second to Mr. Bowman's amendment?
I just have a piece of information, and it's a point of information that I'm giving. The details of those motions, if they're not in the last agenda, they were in the agenda before that. So they're in one of the 2 previous agendas, which should be available to all members of this board.
Thank you for that.
Wording of those.
All right, is there a second to Mr. Bowman's amendment, or if not, it would be shot down? All right, I don't hear a second on your amendment, Mr.
Second.
Bowman. All right, there is a second on your amendment, Mr. Bowman. Is there any discussion on the amendment? Step, would you see your hand up? No? Okay. Seeing no discussion, is there any objections to Mr. Bowman's amendment? All right, the amendment is adopted. Now back onto the main motion of postponing it now until Mr. Chariton's next meeting where Mr. Chariton is present. Is there any discussion on that? All right, hearing none. Is there any objection? Also hearing none, that passes. The remainder of those 2 items will be on the next meeting that Mr. Chariton is present. Mr. Franklin, I see your hand up.
Yeah, Mr. Chair, I move to suspend the rules so that we can have an election for Mr. McLean.
All right, is there a second?
Second.
Second.
All right, this does need a 2/3 threshold, but is there any objections?
Are we appointing him then, or are we appointing
It would
him
be an
until?
appointment, and it would have to be affirmed
Okay.
at not this meeting, but the next convention.
Mr. Chair, people are speaking out of order.
No, I had a question as a secretary. I'm taking minutes. Why is that out of order? I want to get the record correct. Jeez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is the one position that I will allow commentary from inquiries on.
Okay, then I'll just speak out of turn. He said Mr. McLean, but he should have referenced the district that he's trying to fill.
All right. Which is District 3, correct?
3.
Thank you for that clarification. All right, Ms. Carver, I see your hand up. Wait, sorry, we were in the middle of the vote. Do you have an inquiry question, Ms. Carver?
I had my hand up to speak in favor just in case I had to.
No, we're past the debate. I mean, I was
Yes,
going to do
I
it without objection. So, is there any objection to this motion of allowing the voting and appointment for District 3? All right, hearing none, we will proceed to that. Is there anyone who would like to speak to that or bring that up? Mr. Stepp?
If I may, Mr. Chair, I see that Mr. Jordan Martin, the chair of the West Michigan affiliate, which is most of District 3, is in. If we could have a member speak that's not on the board, I'd motion to
Yeah, you just
hear
got a
him speak to
motion?
that.
Second.
Second.
Perfect. Is there any objections to letting Mr. Jordan speak? All right, hearing none, the floor is yours, Mr. Jordan.
Thank you. Wonderful. So, with Tori moving back to Nebraska and myself stepping away from the party once my commitments are done come this upcoming November, Rich is the best person to take the place for this position for Tori. He's not perfect, none of us are, but I feel as though he is the most committed to this, and he truly believes in all of the things that we believe in.
Hey, thank you kindly for that, Ms. Carver.
All I can say is I also speak in favor of Rich, and I have personally seen myself that he said yes when I asked him if he would like to have this position because I wasn't sure if he would take it.
All right, Mr. Johnson.
Mr. McLean is currently serving on the Credentials Committee, and I've had an opportunity to speak with him. He has had some health issues recently that caused him to be absent from the party, but he has passed those and is eager to get back in and participate. And he did express an interest in taking this appointed position. Thank you.
Wonderful news. All right, Mr. Esner.
Call the question.
Before I do that, for formality's sake, I would have to close nominations.
Close nominations. Motion to close nominations.
Second.
All right, any objection
Now
to
I call the question.
Second.
All right, we'll just speed run this. All right, so is there any objection to appointing Rich as District 3 rep? All right, hearing none, that appointment is formally adopted. All right, now, Mr. Esner, your hand.
Now, motion to adjourn, since I made the mistake of not realizing we were going to handle this meeting. My apologies, everyone.
All right.
Second.
Second.
All right. All in favor of adjournment, please say aye.
Thank you, Charles.
Aye.
Mr. Chair.
Aye.
Nay.
Aye.
No objection.
All right. I hear a few nays and a few ayes. Unfortunately, this is not a debatable motion, so we'll do it one more time. All in favor, say aye.
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 All right. All opposed, please say nay.
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 I'm sorry, folks, but the ayes do have it. This
What?
regular meeting is now formally adjourned at 9:35 p.m.
So if you want to get something done, you got to speak out of turn. Lesson
Yes.
learned.
Mr. Chair, if you wanted to schedule a special meeting, I can show